Let's start. I am Sarah Harris. I have been doing my own banking for a little over a year. I was referred by Journey Walker. Journey and I have been friends for, it feels like forever, but maybe 7 or 8 years now. And I was talking to Journey about credit, fixing my credit, rebuilding credit. And she looked at my credit and she said, you don't really need to do a bunch of things, but I have this friend, Bill, he does life insurance, and you can be your own banker, which life insurance and being your own banker did not go together when we first talked about it. So it was an odd concept. And she said, this is how wealthy families continue to create wealth. So I have a plan to do a non-for-profit with foster kids. And she said, well, this is a good way to get started to finance yourself. So a little over a year ago, I contacted Bill and he gave me the best speech of his life. And he told me about, he showed me this really good slide. And I work in finance currently as a profession. I do retirement benefits. And he was explaining to me how people manage debt and how you pay it off. And it just started to make a lot of sense. And the honest part about it is we work towards something always. And are we working towards just getting out of debt or managing your debt, or actually creating wealth for yourself? And as Bill, the more I talked to Bill and the way he kind of explained just how you can pay off your debt and actually make your debt work for you instead of working for creditors and your lenders, it just made a lot of sense. So I made the decision to go ahead and make that commitment. So I made that commitment last year, and the biggest test came right when I signed up. So right when I signed up, I signed up in May, and the day before my very first payment came for building my banking, my car caught fire in my garage and my house caught on fire. And in that moment, I had a choice. So that in the choice, at the time was very difficult, but in hindsight, it was a pretty easy choice. It was a no-brainer choice. The choice was whether or not I was going to continue doing what I've always done, which was manage the debt, or just have faith in building future. It's such a good feeling to know that if I'm paying myself off from the loans that I take, that the interest that I was giving away for free to the bank comes back to me. And one of the things that you said at the very beginning when we first, when you were introducing this program to me, was that we get life insurance for everybody else, but you don't get to benefit from that. But this is where everybody wins. If something happens to me, my kids and my family, they benefit, but I can also actively benefit from the policy. When I need it, I can get it because it's my money.
Nobody asked you when you borrowed what you needed it for, what you were using it for. They didn't ask you, are you working, how much money you're making. You just signed a piece of paper, and a couple of days later, the money was in your account.
Absolutely. And that's you don't have to answer the questions. What is this for, and how much your debt and all of that. You get what you need. And if it's there, you get it. it's the best way to do some financial self-care, that if you couple that with some other good practices, then you've done it. Then you've done it. And you don't have to take out $1 million policy to make this work.
Any final points? I don't want to tie up your whole day. I know you were very generous to give us your time.
I think it's a good investment. It's one of those ways that you can love yourself and you can love your family. And Bill and Karen are great when they talk to you. They've helped calm some seas over at my house. So it's great. It's a great program, and it's good to be with people that are going to talk to you honestly, and they're not selling you something. It's absolutely worth it, and it will work if you work it.
You know, I know Karen told me to tell you this before I got on. She said, you know, tell Sarah I said hi. And we both just got in touch with Journey. So I guess we're all good right now, right?
Absolutely.